Hey YouTube, my name's Elissa, and I'm here to tell you about our collective synth that's available for rental. If you're interested in using this synth, you can email us at soundmuseumcollective@gmail.com, or you can DM us on Instagram at sound_museum_collective. This synth is quite a wild card. None of us really know what it's going to do or when it's going to do it, but that makes it all the more fun, right? What we do know is that this body is vintage and was made somewhere in Pittsburgh. Collective member Ada, who maybe you've seen from some of our other videos, built this part of the synth. If you do use it, all we ask is that you donate a few dollars so we can continue building out the synth together. Seems fun, right? The synth comes with its own power source that we bought through donations that we got at different workshops that we held. An important thing to know if you're going to use this synth is to never, ever, ever, no matter what, use any other power source than the one we provide you with. It will have a label on it. Anyway, let me show you some of the things that this synth is capable of. Okay, YouTube, here she is. So over here, this is where you're going to plug in the power supply that we provide you with. That goes here. This is the output over here. It takes an aux cable or an 1/8" cable, whatever you call it. But that's right here. This is the cable that goes into your speaker. Another thing about this is this pink cable right here needs to stay plugged in here because this is the input. You can unplug and replug any of these while you're rocking out, but this one should stay here. This knob down here controls the volume. Because this synth has such a large output, as in it can get really, really freaking loud, you really don't have to turn this that much. I usually just give it a couple nudges and then leave it. I mean, do you, of course, but it just gets really, really loud. Also, it's worth noting that the line on the knob doesn't actually match up with where you're turning it. Yeah, so that's all the way down. Right now, these in here are power sources, which means you should be wary of what you keep in the center. Definitely don't really put anything in here that can conduct electricity, such as patch cables, just because if that metal were to hit this, you could actually end up shorting out the synth. So just for the most part, it's probably best practice to not really keep anything in the middle right here. I guess a side note, if you want to take an aside with me, I can explain a little bit what's going on over here, just in case that's something you're unfamiliar with. But so like I said, this is our output cable. So I have it plugged into a mixer over here. I used a 1/4" adapter so I could do that. Oops, it looks like the phantom power got turned on by accident. I'm just going to turn that off. But I have it plugged into the mono jack because there's only one cable. For the outs right here, I have a stereo cable plugged in, and that is plugged into this recorder. That way I can record my voice and the synth at the same time. This is actually something else that we have available for rental if you'd like to use it. It's a Zoom H4n Pro, and if you stay tuned, I'm actually going to do a demo video on how to use this bad boy as well. And then I have, of course, my headphones plugged in so I can hear what I'm doing. Anyway, like I said before, the synth is truly a wild card, so I can't exactly be like, oh, if you flip this switch, this thing will happen, or if you turn the knob, this thing will happen. And I wouldn't even say this thing is quite intuitive, but you'll definitely start to pick up on its patterns and how it works the more and more you mess around with it. Anyway, though, let me show you what she does. So you flip it on here, and these lights will be on if it's on. And then I usually, once I'm done using it, before I turn it off, I usually just turn the volume all the way down, just so it's not jarring when you first turn it on. So I'll just start nudging up the volume a little. Anyway, if you want to borrow this bad boy, just email us at soundmuseumcollective@gmail.com or feel free to DM us on Instagram. We are Philly based. We can do drop-offs, we can do pickups, just coordinate with us. Anyway, rock on YouTube. Thanks for listening.